Are you on a forklift?
Yeah, yeah.
You are a son of a bitch.
Un saluto a tutti.
What's up, everybody? The time has come. We are getting close to kickoff in the latest edition of the Derby della Mola. Torino and Juventus set to do battle, all right? And we got you guys coming in here into the chat here. Again, big thank you to Dragon's8, who has become a member, all right? And that is one of the ways to obviously support the channel. The other is the merch store, okay? And simply just sharing the content. But while you're dropping in here, drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. If you love Juventus, this is the channel for you. All right, now we got Alex P coming in here. Missed the morning pregame. That's okay. Managed to get home for the game. Happy to have you here, brother. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's get this victory, okay? And we got some more comments. James coming in here. 12:30 a.m. in Japan. Relying on the AJC to describe us winning. I hope to do nothing but exactly that. Okay, call the match that sees us ultimately getting the victory. Okay, thank you for joining us, James. And we've got Lucas. Ciao, ciao. All right, and Dragons8 saying Corto Muso win today. That's my prediction, okay? We got the predictions that came in from the preview show between myself, Joe Cappuccino, and Omer. We're going to take a look at those, but we got to take a look at the lineup. It is exactly as expected in this one, okay? So there you have it. That's your starting 11 for the Derby della Mola. We got Szczesny in goal, Gatti, Bremer, Danilo, Cambiaso, McKennie, Locatelli, Rabiot, Kostic, with Vlahovic and Chiesa up top. No surprises, absolutely no surprises, and I would keep it that way, okay? So I agree with no changes. I know that Allegri said going into this one he had question marks between Cambiaso and Weah or Kostic and Illing. Keep it the exact same, and let's keep moving forward. I agree with the decisions here, even if I might slightly want Illing Jr. over Kostic here. I agree with playing him in this game. And a reason is I think it's going to be a gritty dogfight, and the mid battle is going to be very important. I would give Kostic the edge in that type of match over Illing Jr., all right? However, things could change. We could use Illing Jr.'s skill set maybe later on in the game, depending on how things go. That's your lineup. You guys know the drill. Hit me with your predictions in here. Final score, and you know how we like to do it, 2 tiebreakers. Let's go. Fire away, everybody. So, we got Lucas coming in here with 2-1 for Juventus. Goals coming from Vlahovic and McKennie. Lucas saying he does wish Illing Jr. would start, but Kostic has been solid the last 2 matches, so I can allow it. Yeah, I would agree. And again, kind of with the anticipation of how this game's going to go, it seems to make sense, I think, in playing Kostic here. Just checking my feed, seeing if it's going to move. It hasn't moved over to the game yet. We are going to take a look at Torino's lineup. We went over it in the preview, but let's see if there was any changes, because there was a couple question marks on what Juric would do there. And we're going to get into it right now. So, Torino, Juve, lineups for Torino. Vanja, Milinkovic-Savic in net. Tamez, Buongiorno, Rodriguez across your 3 CBs as expected. Voora, Ricci, Linetti, Bellanova as expected. Vlasic, Sanabria, and Zapata. So it is exactly as we explained on the preview. No changes, not a single change in there. 3-4-1-2 is the shape. We know what happens when teams play us that way, and that is why I said the midfield battle is going to be crucial in this game for Juventus, and I think it's going to be a physical game, a bit of a dogfight, and that would be fitting of the Derby della Mola, but also fitting on this Torino side this season that have been gritty, and we talked about them, 10 clean sheets at home this season. Yeah, it's going to be a grind. You factor in how this Juve side has been scoring goals. We're only at 45 total this season. I called 1-0 victory today, and I called McKennie to get his first goal of the season and get a Derby della Mola moment. Joe Cappuccino, 1-0. Vlahovic being the goal scorer. Omer, 2-0. First goal in the first half, and the second one doesn't come until very late in the game. And then you have McKennie and Vlahovic as his goal scorers, all right? So keep yours coming in here. RB Comps, watching with my commentary today. Can't listen to another game with CBS and BT Sports commentary. Hey, man. I should be the commentary. Come on, RB. Let's go. Let's go. Speedy Breaks Productions. Yo. Wearing the same jersey as me. Let's go. Chiesa scoring today. Hey, I hope so. Let's get this guy firing. All signs pointing to the 1-year bridge gap renewal. Let's get her going. Bremer needs to be strong against Zapata. So I gave some key stats in the preview show, Alex, and I will pull them up again. We'll talk about it because I think in 16 matches against Juventus, Zapata has previously scored 6 times in those 16 matches. Does he score today? I say no. And I do trust Bremer against those bigger physical guys. It just plays to his game, and they usually don't get a whole bunch. So I'm going to bank on him not scoring today. And I actually do believe it's going to be a tight 1-goal game in either direction, but I think Juve edges it out. Dragons 8 coming in 1-0 with a Vlahovic header. We got James feeling very confident. 3-0. Bremer, Yildiz, and Rabiot. There you go. Calvin Jones, 1-0 to either side, I feel. I'm the same as you. And Speedy Bricks there has a game today right after the Juve one. You know what? When I play the same day as our matches, man, I tell you, if it goes bad, I usually have a great game, all right, and take it out on the opponents. But if we have a good game, I usually just kind of coast through unless something happens in that game that fires me. I kind of need a chip on my shoulder to really be strong. I don't know if you guys are the same, but I always notice that. And it's gotten to the point where my teammates ask if Juve played, how did they do? Because then they know what to expect from me. Oh, it's funny. Lapierre rocking the 98 away Zidane jersey in Tokyo. Love it. Speedy Brick saying the same. I feel you, bro. There you go. Alex P, I don't pee before playing. Keeps me on my toes. Awesome. Been seeing too much chattering on Torino's side, which is another reason why they must win. You know what? Who was that guy? Who was this old Gandalf-looking motherfucker? Is sitting there in a judicial courtroom or something, a parliament building or something, throwing down the shade. My God. To Gandalf the White there. Not Forza Toro. Okay, Forza Juve. Let's beat the piss out of these guys. Yeah, I don't know who the hell. That Irish guy. Is it Mike Wallace or something? I could be wrong on the name, but whoever the hell that Gandalf-looking freak is. Yeah. Big day going out to him. Okay? You shall not pass. That's exactly what we need to be saying to Torino today. Bremer needs to shut it down. And then we'll send out a special message to Mike Wallace there together after we get the victory there. He will realize why they have won one derby in 30 plus years. Yeah, the numbers were incredible there. Juve won 22 of the last 27 games against Torino in all competitions for a derby. It's been heavily one-sided. I hope we win, really do, but nothing is convincing me. Hey, you know what? We're coming out of a bad form, and I will say Allegri addressed it perfectly. We can't be naive. We can't think that all of a sudden what just happened in 9 games is erased based on that victory against Fiorentina. We got to get the job done here, and we got to be ready for a tough physical game. mentality, attitude, approach is all going to be looked at and highlighted in this game because it's going to have to be on point. Reminder, everybody, get those likes up. Ciao, Swarit. Welcome. Great to see you in here. Great to see you all in here, all right? So let's go. James up here saying Japanese love Juventus. Beautiful. Apex coming in here. Let's go. Forza Juve, everybody. And Forza Inter saying good luck. Thank you. Appreciate it. Fede and Dushan need to fire today. Yeah. So that's the thoughts of Joe Cappuccino and Omer for me. We got to win the fight. We got to win the fight in the trenches. It's going to be that midfield for me. Got to get the job done there. It must have been like 1 win, 60 matches for them against Juve. That is crazy. Oh, yeah. Now, looking for a stand so I can easily access statistics through this game. Locatelli, Rabiot, McKennie, we gotta win this battle in the midfield today. Cambiaso, Kostic. You win there, and we're gonna be okay. If you lose battles in the trenches there, then we could be in a bit of trouble. But I trust our guys at the back. I mean, Sanabria, Zapata, Bremer should handle Zapata. Sanabria, more than enough at the back between Gatti and Danilo to handle that. Vlasic will have to be kind of watched more by the midfield, but we should be okay. And I honestly hope McKennie does get his moment here in the derby. He deserves a goal this season. Has been great. Another 16%. God, I hope not. My word, that second half was probably the worst ball I've seen. Like, just period. So hopefully not. Lucas, McKennie masterclass once again today. I'm banking on it. Predictions. Share the ones from the show. Joe Cappuccino 1-0 with a Vlahovic goal. Omer 2-0. McKennie and Vlahovic's goal scorers. One in the first half, a second really late. I'm going 1-0. A McKennie goal. Matthew, share your predictions. We're getting close to kickoff, everybody. About 4 minutes away. 4 minutes away from kickoff here. Peter saying Nico Lucci will come in the second half and make a difference. All right. That Atalanta game too, by the way. Sometimes it's fun. The football gods can be just so hilarious. Klopp saying he knows nothing about Italy other than the food. And then Atalanta just smoking them 3-0. And to be fair, it could have been 5. And if Coop Maynard's had his scoring boots on him, he could have walked away with a couple there. That could have been ugly. And 3-0 is ugly. But it's not over yet. Liverpool could maybe do something. But Atalanta with one more goal at home, I think that's sealed. 3, if Liverpool gets one early, could be trouble in the second leg. But, man, that's still a mountain for Liverpool to climb. But, yeah, I agree, Alex. Klopp got introduced to Calcio real quick and violently. I think is that their first defeat for Pool at home in like 14 months or something? Love it. Hate Liverpool with all of my being. So I was very happy to see that. RB cracking a cold one for the game. Enjoy. Hey, hit me up with what brand? What is the beer choice? Luis Alberto links. No links, but we've been talking, we talked about it a lot today on the preview. Like, you've got to look and monitor that situation and be on high alert if you're Juventus, in my personal opinion, for sure. Bira Moretti for Alex P there. Nice. A Kieran Lager for James. All right. Heineken, not my favorite, but it's okay. I got no problems with Heineken. I enjoy it. I used to hate it in the younger days, but I really grew to like it as I got older. Maybe that's a thing. Maybe that's a thing. Got to be older to enjoy the Heineken. Peroni has been my choice, though, for quite some time now. vending machine beer. Alex P saying Stella is by far the best. Man, we had a bad batch of Stella run through our town once, and people were getting sick from it. Yeah, but Stella's top drawer too for me. Looking at the teams getting set to come out the tunnel. All right. Again, shout out to all the official fan clubs hosting their watch parties. All right, we got a ton in North America, and the watch parties are set in Toronto. The watch parties are set in Vancouver. We've got watch parties in Los Angeles, Baltimore, Empire State at Legends, Alessandro Del Piero in New York for a couple days. I heard the club trying to pull some strings. Imagine Del Piero walked into Legends to watch the game with that fan club. I would lose my mind. I hope they were able to swing it. That would be something else. But show some love to the official fan clubs all over the world, really. You know, we see these guys. We get a ton of support from all of them. The Serbian group from Max. Everyone knows Max Juventino on Twitter. Okay, a beauty. He's from the Serbian club. We've got Rick, Rick Auzi, that you guys see here in the chat all the time, gifting memberships from here. He's from JCD Melbourne, Gigi Buffon. Ton of amazing fan clubs all over the world. So show some love, always bringing you closer to our beloved Vecchia Signora. Peter saying, I'm pretty sure we're getting 2 goals minimum. Hey, I hope so. I hope so. Have to head down to Bright Eye. Are you talking about in my town, Bright Eye Brewing? It's a beautiful spot. Is that what you're talking about? Have you been there? If you made it there and I didn't get a text from you, James, tisk, my man. Come on. Bright Eye Brewing is fantastic. Actually run by a friend of mine from high school. Fantastic spot. Everybody, we got the handshakes going down. Looking at the officiating crew here. Rodriguez waits Danilo to come in. Exchange the banners, handshakes, coin flip. And look at this. Today, it is not hashtag don't call me gypsy. All right. Progress. Yeah, I think James totally sued himself there, man. I think you sewered yourself, brother. Oh, man. Hits my neck of the woods and doesn't reach out. Unreal. A rare Serie A W there, yeah. Hashtag don't call me gypsy, my word. It just never failed to surprise me. A year ago. Okay, well, let it slide. Coke is clear. Yeah, that highway can be just unbelievable. Anybody that watches or has seen the show Highway to Hell, that is literally the stretch of highway separating James and the Vancouver club and myself. It's brutal, but it's clearing up now. I'll be out close to your neck of the woods. We got a tournament next weekend, so we're going to alter our schedule. with the Juve game because I'm going to be away at my own tournament in Squamish. But maybe I'll try and hook you guys up with some Alberto game footage. Hopefully burying some free kicks. Oh my God, I was working on him the other day in the back, in the field, in our backyard here. Unreal. I'm mid-season form with the dead ball, everybody. I'm going for goal. I'm going for goal in that tournament. Harvey, don't call me Gypsy. What was actually going through their mind? Who knows? How does that clear so many people, though, before actually going and like, yeah, we're going to broadcast this? I have no words. And just a reminder, everybody, as we get set for kickoff, we are going to do another post-match call-in show. This is where you get me on WhatsApp if you want to join. And again, let me know. Just send me a text there if you want to get involved. And let me know if you want to be just a phone call in where I will call you, or if you want to be linked up into the video, okay? So there you go. I'll leave that number up for a bit. I've already got people reaching out. Reno. Big Bad Reno wants to join in today. That's always interesting. We'll have fun. But we're getting ready for kickoff here, everybody. Come on. Alaska having words before we've even kicked the ball off. There we go, everybody. We got kickoff. Fino alla fine, Forza Juventus Torino, kicking off with possession here. Goes to the back here. I'm going to drop this number. We'll post it up again a little bit later. RB Comps might be calling in. Would love to hear from you. Wing of Winter wasting no time on the Cocoa Melon. Let's go. Long ball from Vanja Milinkovic-Savic. Bremer plays it back into the middle. Rabiot doing battle, doing great, winning that battle, getting the ball. Danilo, errant pass to Chiesa. Rabiot launches this one over the head of Vlahovic. Locatelli plays it now, telling everyone to settle down. Little frantic start here. Now Kostic back to Danilo. Back to Szczesny. Take a little bit of a breather here. No pressure from Torino. Sanabria and Zapata have split. And Danilo doesn't handle the pass from Tech. It's going to be a Torino throw. 1 minute by already. Buongiorno. Over. Rodriguez now. Linetti. Rodriguez now with a quick cross in, trying to find Zapata, cleared out by Bremer. Rabiot on it, now finding Chiesa. Chiesa plays it inside for Vlahovic. Chiesa's gone. Bellanova's catching up. He's fast. Oh, that looked like a handball too. No call there. Chiesa now trying to cross this one in. Oh, man. Run at the back post from McKennie. And he slips. Here's Chiesa. Shooting spot. Chips it to the back post, trying to find McKennie. That's headed out. And Vanja Milinkovic-Savic can't keep it in play. This is going to be a corner kick for Juventus. Gatti urging his teammates on. Chiesa a little bit hesitant there. Looked like he was thinking about the strike. Ends up trying to cross it over there for McKennie. We're getting bodies in the area. You see Buongiorno and Vlahovic doing battle there. Buongiorno's literally hugging him here. I don't know what the hell he's going to do there, but good start so far. Positive anyway from Juventus. Chiesa and Kostic both standing over this. Kostic runs over it. Chiesa now takes it. Corner coming in. Falls, and now Torino can move out. Played ahead, but it's going to be too far. And Juventus will get the throw in and recover possession here. Ball forward, trying to connect with Vlasic. Way too far ahead of him. Rabiot finds McKennie now. McKennie turns, switches field. And Danilo was way too far back, so Kostic comes back to collect. Locatelli sitting between Danilo and Bremer. Collects. Finding Rabiot. Inside for McKennie. Back out to Locatelli. Locatelli now out to the left for Kostic. Rabiot coming in. Drops it back. Locatelli now swings it out to the right flank for Bremer. He scans. He's pushed backwards. And he's going to go back for Szczesny. Nobody really wanting to pull the trigger on any moves here. Not a lot of movement right now from Juventus. Rabiot finds himself on it. Back for Locatelli, who's last man back in possession right now. Swings it out to Bremer. Gatti is launched like well beyond our midfielders as well. It's a strange sequence there that finds him like almost beyond Vlahovic on the right flank. For what purpose when I don't even know, unless we're trying to win a flick on or something, and in the end he's just occupying space up there. Very, very bizarre. Linetti on it for Torino. In control again. Slots it over for Tamez. To Bellanova. Plays it inside. And Sanabria drops it back for Tamez. Back to Sanabria. Bellanova will collect. So Torino enjoying a little bit of possession here. Ricci is going to knock it over for Linetti. Has Rodriguez to his left. Plays it to him now. Voivoda working on Cambiaso. Left-footed cross. Low. Just touched out. Rabiot with a little tap to Bremer and they clear it out. But only as far as Linetti, who collects. Now he and Buongiorno with an exchange. Back to Rodriguez. Thought he was going to tee up a cross, but he decides against it. Finds itself to Voivoda. Inside for Ricci. Ricci beats him to the line. Crossed in front. This is going to be a hit. And it's wide. But they are calling goal kick as the ball did make its way over the line there. As Ricci was making his press down the line and just edged McKennie there. Couldn't keep it in as we look at it now on replay. All right. Cagey little 5.5 minutes to start this one. Still at the feeling out phase for both sides. This one's launched and Tamez gets to it ahead of Federico Chiesa. Buongiorno now retreats, plays it back to Vanja. Milinkovic-Savic. He's given directions on where he wants his defense in order to play out from the back here. Rodriguez now back to Vanja Milinkovic-Savic. And now he's going to launch this one out to the left side. And look at this one. It bounces over. Zapata running onto that. Bremer didn't look to know much about it, but Tech was all over it. Locatelli finding Rabiot inside. And Rabiot trying to do battle there. Does earn a foul. Maresca gives it here. Six and a half minutes in. Locatelli to Bremer. Plays it over for Gatti. Trying to get the ball out of his feet here. Plays it forward. Little touch there. They step in. They do well. McKennie now finding Chiesa, who's drifted over to the right side. Beats his man. Running on. Trying to hit Vlahovic. Oh my God. Off the post. Come on. That's got to be one for Juve. Kostic with a hard cross back in. Chested down and cleared. Oh my goodness. Fede beats Rodriguez clean. A money cross across the goal, and Vlahovic has to tap that home. That's fantastic play from Chiesa. Vlahovic, that's got to be back of the net, brother. 7 minutes, 20 seconds in. We got to be up one. We got to be up one there. My goodness, what a miss. Come on, Forza Juve. Keep pushing. Shake that one off, Dusan. That's all you can do. Short memory. We need you bagging. Let's go. Danilo heads this one back to Szczesny as they again try a long ball to find Zapata. What a miss. My goodness. My goodness. And I totally agree with you guys. Fantastic from Fede. That's what we want to see. And he drifted out to the right side there. We can't keep this one down the line, finding Kostic. Rabiot's pass does go out. They're showing this replay again. My word. Just can't wrap his foot completely around that ball to keep it on target. And he slices it just enough to hit that post and out. My God. Ooh, that's got to get there. That's got to get there. It's got to be 1-0 up for Juve. Keep pushing. Keep pushing, you guys. Bremer. And the thing with Torino is, it is hard to get opportunities like that against this side. Oh, headed on by McKennie. But just not enough to get around the defender. Milinkovic-Savic now throws this one out to Voivoda. Oh, look at this one. Trying to find Linetti coming up the left side. Cross in. But Tech all over that. Comes out and collects. Quickly rolls it out here. As we got Cambiasso on it now. Plays it in for Rabiot. Rabiot has been a lot more central in this game. And he has not been out on that left side. So, and you got to think that it's going to be by design and whatnot, but I've noticed that immediately. He is not drifting out to the left side. He has been very much in the center of the pitch, in the heart there. Nice challenge there from Locatelli, but it is going to go back into the area. It is collected, not by Vanja Milinkovic-Savic, but played to him on his foot. He's looking at it now. Swings it out. Vanja on it now, and here you go. Route 1, again, looking Zapata's way. Bremer doing battle. Zapata does collect this one, but it's bouncing all over the place. Long, plays it long, trying to run onto it beyond Bremer, but it's going to go out for a goal kick to Juventus. 10 minutes into this one, everybody. We're going to take a quick look at the numbers. 52% possession in favor of Juventus. We have one total opportunity, and yeah, it was a huge chance off the woodwork by Dusan Vlahovic. Decent start, though, to this one from Juventus. Played ahead by Torino, but it only goes as far as Bremer, who collects and now plays it back to Szczesny. He will play it to his left for Danilo. Now over to Kostic. Back to Danilo. Locatelli is coming back to collect. He instructs to play to Szczesny. Szczesny will be able to carry this just outside of his area. Locatelli dropping back to try and be an option. Szczesny with a feint, now finding Locatelli. He has space ahead of him. See if he'll try to splash one out. No, just moving it to Rabiot ahead of him. Now back to Locatelli. Tries to thread the needle. That's cut off. Now Sanabria. Can't handle it. Cleaned up. Rabiot on it. Played to McKennie. Back to Kostic. Now to Danilo. Locatelli wants it. Over on the left. Here he is. Chips this one ahead. Chested down. Vlahovic doing work. Earning the foul. Quickly plays it down for Rabiot to Kostic. Now Danilo. Cambiasso's found himself on the left side now. Locatelli finding a pocket centrally. Wanted Gatti to move forward earlier there. He didn't, but he still collects it, and he still passed it to him. Gatti now back to Bremer. Over to Danilo. Kostic hanging back. Now we move it forward for Rabiot. Tried a back heel flick on Bellanova on it now as Torino wins the ball back. Lucci feinted and then goes back to Buongiorno. Now finds Tamez and now out the left side through Rodriguez. Here's Linetti. Ricci wants it. They go back through Buongiorno. Now to Ricci. Bellanova always being watched. There it's cut off by Cambiasso. And now Locatelli finding Chiesa, played up for Cambiaso. Quick touch back to Chiesa. We have some space over here on the left. Back to Cambiaso, over to Locatelli, over to Rabiot. Little bit too long, little bit too long. Gotta be quicker, gotta be quicker. Rabiot pounces though. Chiesa. Oh, it finds Cambiaso. Oh, Locatelli can't hit target there. Cambiaso just can't get the ball to... Can't get his touch to guide him into a shooting position there. And then Locatelli was in tight there trying to do best. Just kind of side foots that towards goal, but always going over. Federico Chiesa is on today, everybody. Okay? And Rabiot is on. What did I talk about going into this one? Winning the midfield battle. Rabiot is winning the midfield battles today. Fede is on, though. We got to keep getting him the ball in and around that area. Look at Rabiot, or that was Gatti, excuse me. Does well there. Bremer now, finding Chiesa. Quick touch out to Kostic. One of the things we talked about with Federico Chiesa, he needs to play smart and not harder, and that is exactly what he's doing. Great ball movement there. McKennie earns a foul here. That's going to be Buongiorno taking that foul. 14 minutes in. I'd say once we get the ball forward there, we are definitely the more dangerous of the side, but it's coming from that pressure and winning the ball, especially pressure from the midfielders. Let's keep it going, everybody. Let's keep it going. Kostic to Danilo. Back to Bremer. Over to Szczesny. Inside for Locatelli. Back to Szczesny. Tech launching this one. Look at McKennie getting up on the last line of defense again. Little flick on, but nobody's really tight to him. So McKennie's beyond Vlahovic, beyond Chiesa, but though both of those guys need to be playing off of that. Tamez now is going to go back to Milinkovic-Savic. Now finding Rodriguez on the left side. He'll have a little bit of space to carry forward. Our midfield's very tight between McKennie, Locatelli, and Rabiot. Buongiorno to Tamezer. Torino has seemingly had no idea on how they're going to try and create through us. They're trying to get it deep on the left. We've seen 2 crosses, and we've seen Ricci try to just take a man on. That's really it from them. No spaces, no lines, nothing and nowhere to go except for the perimeter. And then even that is being closely watched. Here's a cross coming in. Zapata had slipped. Easily goes into the hands of Szczesny. Danilo. To Szczesny. Over to Bremer. Back to Tech. Puts it on the carpet for Danilo. Up ahead for Kostic. To Danilo. He's going to go inside for Locatelli, who does go back to Szczesny as he had Linetti closely watching him. Szczesny plays this one inside for Chiesa, who's coming back. Just goes right back to Tech. Bremer now on it. Excuse me. Yeah, that was Bremer. Gatti again deep down that right flank, but we can't hit him. It looks like we're trying to get the bigger bodies up ahead to play off of them as targets. Like you're seeing Gatti move forward. You're seeing McKennie move forward beyond like Vlahovic and Chiesa. So what they're doing is we're moving Chiesa and Vlahovic back towards the ball and we're pushing physical guys in beyond them. And we're calling defenders out to follow Chiesa, Vlahovic, if the ball goes to feet, and then we're trying to hit these targets aerially. So we've seen that quite a bit so far in the early 17 minutes in this match. So we got Ricci on it now for Torino. He's got some space moving forward, but Gatti is down, grimacing, holding his abdomen. Zapata with a little gut punch there. So, 18 minutes in, 57% possession in favor of Juventus. 2 total attempts from Juventus, none on target. You have one big chance out of those. Obviously, Dusan Vlahovic's miss. As far as Torino goes, 0 attempts. Reminder, everybody, let's get the likes up here. Take a second, show some love. Let's go. Let's get to some of your comments while we take a breather as we wait for Gatti to get back up. CBS commentators are having everyday conversations right now. Cambiaso looking good. Chiesa on the right. Soiree, you're going to be happy with how Chiesa looks today. He looks great. Chiesa with some beautiful passes so far. Shatterstar Chiesa is finally starting to get continuity from a health perspective. The injuries are finally behind him. Next year, he will be a beast. All right. Zapata is about to get absolutely clattered into it, and I will be there for it. Yeah, you got to give a response. Want to do something like that? Got to do a response. Go through them. Go through them. Just don't get yourself sent off, but go through them. Give them the business. It's going to be interesting to see his reaction and whatnot. If we remember the interview he had just 2 days ago, Gatti was speaking about the energy and the aggression and whatnot, and that Allegri has spoken to him a bunch about keeping it in check, and we've seen it and felt it. We like it and appreciate it, but again, in moderation, right? So this is going to be an interesting scenario to follow with Zapata, who's definitely not going to shy away. Danilo inside to Rabiot. Kostic can't keep that one in from Vlahovic. Buongiorno now. Rabiot wins the ball back, but a foul there. There's like next to no lenience on challenges from behind in the league. And they've been actually consistent with that for multiple seasons now. The push really happened last season, and this season there's just like next to nothing for tolerance. Yeah, I see you, Apex, with the Kostic and shaking my head emoji. He's got to get on his toes. Get on your toes. A little bit of anticipation there, and like you could see the play develop. Long ball forward here, looking for Sanabria, chests it down, being watched by Kostic. Oh, physical challenge there from Locatelli. I don't actually think there was anything bad in there. Looking for a card. Easy there. Easy there, Sanabria. Yeah, there's not a whole bunch into that, to be honest, everybody. (21 minutes, 43 seconds). Free kick here for Torino. So set piece here. Their main men are going to be in there. Sanabria, Zapata, Buongiorno. Run over, quick touch in. Ricci. Linetti. Over to Rodrigo. Here comes the cross. Back post. Headed out by McKennie. Locatelli with a touch out. Only as far as Linetti. Back to Rodriguez. Has an option out on the left. Voivoda. Working on Gatti. Plays it out for Ricci. Little touch into Rodrigo. Back out to Voivoda. Gatti watching him. And here's a cross in. Headed by Rabiot. It's going to go out the opposite side, but over the goal line. So it's going to be corner kick for Torino. So that little scenario built up off of the original dead ball for Torino and them able to get bodies forward and push us back and get a little bit of sustained pressure. Rodriguez is going to move over to the right side to take this corner. It's going to be an in-swinger. Juve will have to contest here. Cambiaso. First man up, watching short. Here comes a cross in from Rodriguez. Tech comes out, punches it out. And he got a foul there, so it's going to be a Juventus ball here. Gatti praising the Polish keeper for coming out aggressive like that and getting a mitt to it. "24 minutes, 0-0. Tight one." And we knew it was going to be tight, and that's why these opportunities, Vlahovic has got to end up in the back of the goal. And these are the games when you know it's going to be tight. And it's going to be hard to generate a bunch of chances. You got to really make the most of it. Kostic lets this ball run to his left. Plays it in for McKennie. Does battle there. Can't get it to settle, but Buongiorno couldn't clear. McKennie now moving back. Plays it to Danilo. Quickly found Locatelli. Locatelli now sprays it over to the right side for Gatti, but ends up short. In the end, now you get a Vlahovic-Buongiorno battle. Long ball for Danilo. Heads it on for Vlahovic. They're going to say it came back on from an offside position. Tight one. Tight one, everybody. Vanja Milinkovic-Savic taking his sweet time to launch this one forward. And he is going to launch it as his back line hits the halfway point. Looking Zapata's way again. Danilo gets the best of that one and takes a foul for his troubles. Dead ball for Juventus. All right. Danilo plays this one into Locatelli. He goes back to Szczesny. Szczesny not facing any pressure. Plays it over to Locatelli, who's drifted to the left now. Here's a left-footed launch forward, looking McKennie's way. Doing battle with Rodriguez now. Has to play it back for Vanja. Takes a touch. McKennie got close here, and Vanja just had to get rid of this thing. Out the left side for Juventus. Going to be a throw-in now. Juric barking orders. Danilo goes, collects. He's going to set to take this throw-in. 26 minutes, 25 seconds in. 0-0. Juve with the best opportunity in this game so far. At the strong foot of Vlahovic. In tight. Going off the post. Vanja Milinkovic-Savic plays this one out. Torino has space. Voivoda carrying it forward. Cambiaso now. Lets him carry right into his space. Ricci now. Drifting over to this left end line. Plays it forward. Here's a cross coming in. Looking for Zapata. Bremer just shoulders him out of position. Kostic into McKennie. Has to pop it forward. Bellanova heads it down. Now Tamez will be on possession. Over to Bellanova. He's getting closed down by Kostic and Chiesa. Played back for Buongiorno. He's going to settle this one. He has Vanja Milinkovic-Savic there. Plays it to him. And Torino really slowing things down. Neither team applying pressure to the goalkeepers when they get on the ball. This one's headed out by Sanabria. Danilo's going to come over, take the throw in. Choppy game, kind of what I was saying in the preview to this one, that it was going to be a grind. Wasn't going to be free-flowing. It's going to be chippy, physical. We're seeing all of it. Locatelli now finds himself on a 50-50. Plays it out to Gatti. Cambiaso with some space on the right side. Locatelli drifts in. He collects now. Has Gatti there and Cambiaso. Cambiaso scanning, finding Danilo. Now over to Rabiot. Kostic right next to him. Collects. Inside for Vlahovic. A lot of our guys are just struggling to even settle the ball down when they're collecting these passes. Danilo now trying to launch this one up the right side. He has Gatti burning in there. Oh, crosses this one, going back to the top of the area. Rabiot settles it. Out to McKennie. Inside for Rabiot. We're getting bodies forward. We got Vlahovic and Gatti in the area. Locatelli now stepping forward. Oh, a little one-touch pass attempted by Vlahovic. Bremer just swallows up Zapata there. It'll put a halt to everything, and Torino's going to get the dead ball. Oh, Kostic. Lunges. Oh, that's an awful ball forward. Way too far for Bellanova after Kostic misses stepping forward and reading that play. My goodness, you guys. 29 minutes closing in on the half-hour mark. 0-0. You got to think. We got to be able to generate another quality opportunity here. Can't just put it down to that Vlahovic effort. Let's go. We got to push again. Headed down by Gatti to Rabiot. Vlahovic working hard here against Buongiorno. And he does earn the foul there. Buongiorno not happy about it, but Vlahovic, going to be a tough day at the office there with Buongiorno. This has just got an old school game feel to it, eh? You got Buongiorno on one side doing work on Vlahovic. You got Bremer on the other side doing work on Zapata. So you got the big man battles. You've got your guys like Chiesa with the pace and stuff. And then you got Bellanova on Torino's side that you got to be weary of. Oh, Cambiaso trying to hit Gatti there. He's got to slow down, come back to collect, but he does. Gatti taking his man on, gets the edge. Here's a cross in. Misses McKennie, falls for Vlahovic. Oh my goodness. Vanja Milinkovic-Savic just gets enough to direct this one away from goal. Great work from Gatti. And look at that one in. McKennie just missed, but Vlahovic, my word. He had time to settle it. He does settle it, and Vanja comes out and just gets enough to see this one out. Madonna, please don't be one of those days, everybody. Please don't be one of those days. Come on. We get the corner kick here. Kostic runs over it again. It's going to be Chiesa to take. Chiesa swings it in. Oh, this is high going back post. Rabiot heads it back into the mixer. Nobody can get onto it. Cleared out by Torino, but Cambiaso settles it. Taking his man on here. Pushing it back forward. Now Chiesa on it on the right side. Cambiaso right against the sideline. He drops it off for him. Cambiaso scans. Finds Locatelli now. Rabiot is next to him. Plays it to Rabiot. Inside. As Vlahovic working on Tamez there. No foul given. Doing battle. Oh, dropped off to Vanja Milinkovic-Savic, who has to clear it immediately. This one's contested between Sanabria and Locatelli. Sanabria settles. Back to Bellanova, but Locatelli freezes him there. And now, between Chiesa and Rabiot, they force Tamez to go back to Vanja Milinkovic-Savic. Rodriguez now. They find a little bit of space up the left side. Voivoda carrying it forward, being watched by Cambiaso. Voivoda now forward for Zapata, being watched by Bremer. Tries to take him on. Bremer slowing him down. Cambiaso comes in for the double team, and Bremer plays it out for McKennie. Oh, McKennie does well to split two defenders. Carrying it forward. He's going to have to slow up, get a little bit of support here. Does really well. Plays it to Chiesa. Quick one touch for Rabiot. Rabiot. Now finding Kostic. Danilo all the way forward. Kostic trying to cross it in low. Did miss Vlahovic by much. A last-ditch effort by Buongiorno clears it out. Finding Linetti now. Splits a couple markers. Vlasic. Sanabria. Bellanova moving forward on the right. Kostic. Keeping tabs on Bellanova. Locatelli watching Sanabria. He switches the field now. Linetti. Over to Voivoda. Cambiasso watching him. 33 minutes, 0-0. Voivoda working to his right foot. Finding Linetti. Linetti's going to have a hit, and that's blocked. And that was Locatelli. Bellanova now cross. Going back post. Cambiasso heads it down for Rabiot. Ooh, misses his flick on, but it's okay because it falls to Vlahovic. And Vlahovic does take a foul there. Juve will be able to breathe and regroup here. Cagey game, everybody. Cagey game. Oh. Everybody, please take a second. Hit that thumbs up button. Let's go. Okay. Let's get those likes up high. The goals will come. You get the likes in, the goals will come. I feel it. Oh, Chiesa didn't know much about that off Tamezi's head there. Rabiot heads it down for Kostic. Back heel attempt to Chiesa. Danilo pushing forward. Kostic, overlap. Just once in your fucking life can you overlap one of your teammates and take the defender with you. Ooh, Chiesa gets that all wrong. They're not going to call handball there. Wild to get that ball to come off your foot like that and just trying to flick on. McKennie now comes back, collects. He's against the right byline. Goes back for Bremer. Locatelli is dropped back to collect here. Danilo to his left. Finds himself on it. Back to Locatelli. Juve having the possession. Got to make them work. Here's a little flip forward. Again, Kostic with a back heel attempt here. There's space opening up. Oh, for Christ's sake, Kostic. Can you just read the space and time you have? Fucking hell, man. Just a shocking decision. That much time and space. You're going to try and thread the needle with your off foot and get it completely wrong rather than turn and force a defender to come to you and get an easier opportunity. You could have stopped, turned, and gone with your left foot. This is fucking painful from this guy, man. Bellanova back to Buongiorno. Ricci calling for Vlasic to come drop in here to collect. Voivoda moving forward, being watched always by Cambiasso. Played into Sanabria. Ooh, that's a high boot. There's going to be a foul advantage given, but now called back. Tight game, everybody. Tight game. We knew it. High boot there from Locatelli on Sanabria. Yeah, Tony Trim's calling for the easy second half sub of Illing Jr. on for Kostic. I did say it was going to depend on how this one went. I do prefer Kostic in a more physical game like this one was set to be, but I'm not against the pace there from Illing Jr., but you got to be aware on that side as Bellanova's there for Torino. So it's a tough switch. I don't think we're missing a lot of balance in terms of the offense. I just think it comes down more to a little bit of tempo. A little bit more of, quicker pace to our game might do us better, especially when on the ball. Because we are stretching out Torino quite well. Just got to move it a little bit quicker, get set up. So off this dead ball, they have bodies forward. Bellanova with a cross in. And Gatti and Locatelli both attack that one. Gatti goes down after contact on the head. And they're calling the play down. Maresca calls it down immediately. He's calling for assistance coming to check Gatti. Locatelli down as well. Man, those are stingers. They're just brutal. Head to head is the worst. The worst. Hate it when that goes down. Takes you a while, and sometimes you can get scrambled pretty good. Juric is not happy with the stoppage that came. Losing it there on the sides. "38 minutes, 20 seconds in. Szczesny's going to launch this one all the way down to Milinkovic-Savic. He collects now. Game's back on. Tamez. Back to Vanja Milinkovic-Savic. Next to nothing for pressure from Vlahovic, but he launches this one looking Sanabria's way. Danilo and him go up. This one goes out. It's going to be thrown to Juventus. Another decent battle to watch has been Sanabria and Danilo. Bremer over to Gatti. Has Cambiaso now. Cambiaso can carry forward. Being watched by Vlasic. He slows it right down. Now he's going to switch the field over for Bremer. Kostic has come back to collect. Into Chiesa. Drops it for Kostic. Kostic is really going to have to start moving away from that sideline to find any type of game. And Cambiaso, the only couple times he's gotten involved, he had to do the same thing. If you're just going to hug that sideline like that, you're going to find yourself stuck as you are there. And we need to move their defenders around. You need to ask questions there. So I understand trying to keep tight there to shut them down from a potential counter if we lose it. But when you're on the ball, at least, carry it inside centrally. Move around. Give a different look. Move players around. Zapata settles this one down. Vlasic on, excuse me. Vlasic now crossing it in, and that's cleared out by Danilo. Rabiot just can't get to it ahead of Rodriguez, who plays it forward for Bellanova. Bellanova's going to cross this one in, and Danilo heads it out again. Rabiot trying to do battle there and settle it. Can't. Bremer to McKennie. Heads it down. Kostic now. Plays it forward for Chiesa. Tries to play it ahead for Vlahovic. That's intercepted. Bellanova on it now to Rodriguez. Rodriguez to Vlasic. It's going to have Vojvoda moving to his left. There it is. Cambiaso comes in to watch him. Linetti just trailing him. Inside for Vlasic. Outside to Linetti now. Back out to Vojvoda. Cambiaso guarding him. 40 minutes. 44 seconds. Goes to his right. Feints across. Goes to his left. Here's the cross. Goes in. Oh, Kostic marking Bellanova tightly. That's close. So Tamez now slips and the ball goes off him last touch. It's going to be a throw-in for Juventus. Dangerous cross on that one. Off his left from Vojvoda. Had to be watched. Kostic actually doing decent piece of defensive work there on Bellanova. Just interrupting it enough to see that not come away with an opportunity. Bremer tries to launch this one forward. Gets it wrong. It's going to go out the side. It's going to be a throw-in for Torino. Closing in on the halfway mark. 53% possession in favor of Juventus. 4 total attempts for Juve, 2 for Torino. Juve with the only one on target. 2 big chances for Juve, 2 misses. Both at the foot of Dusan Vlahovic. You got a header there from Vlasic that goes wide of Szczesny's goal. That is probably Torino's best attempt there. And still a lot of work there on that cross having to be done. This is actually so accurate and hilarious. Kostic, the leftmost player on the middle stick on the Biardini table. He's got limited space to move, or foosball. That's funny. Ricci drops. Nothing coming from Maresca. Bremer to Locatelli, finding McKennie. Drops it off for Kostic. Oh my god, Chiesa should have moved into that space quicker when Kostic was on it there. Danilo, outside to Cambiasso. He can work now on Voivoda. Moves to his left. Here's a cross coming in. Oh, Buongiorno, and I think he eats a boot. I think he eats a boot on that one. Yellow card. That was Gatti. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Trying to throw a boot. That cross that ended up going behind him. Catches Buongiorno. Not... it's going to sting. And he does ultimately catch him high boot. Not the absolute worst one I've ever seen, but it's rough nonetheless. Yeah, I kind of feel the same way as Tony Roast Beef here. Gonna end up with a yellow one way or another. And what's with the Tony Roast Beef? Are you a big Arby's fan, or like what's the deal? What's the story here? What's the story here? TRB is what's gonna end up being though, because it's a lot to handle in the midst of the chat on the lives here. TRB. Banja Milinkovic-Savic puts the ball down, getting set to launch this one forward. And he launches this one, looking out Sanabria's way. Flick on beyond Danilo, but it's going to be too far for Bellanova to collect. Danilo now will take the throw in for Juventus. We have reached the 45th minute. We have 3 minutes of stoppage time, everybody, in this half. McKennie tries to settle that one down off the chest. It goes out. It's going to be a throw in for Torino. Just an Italian kid who likes his roast beef sliced real thin. There you go. Banja Milinkovic-Savic. Launching this one. Danilo does battle. Shouldered off it. Zapata now chasing him down. He's shoved into it. Does go off Danilo. Zapata earns a throw-in for Torino deep in Juve's territory. Danilo not happy about it. Clear direct shove in the back. Veteran presence, holding on to the ball until he gets back into position so Bellanova can't throw it in. Throw-in's taken. Quick touch back to Bellanova. Out for Ricci. To Tamez. Chiesa watching him, forcing him back to Buongiorno. Vlahovic forcing him now to the other side for Linetti. Voivoda. Bremer swallows that one up. Pressure again. McKennie into Cambiasso. Over to Rabiot. All our passes always behind our players. Rabiot to Chiesa. To Locatelli. Doesn't want Rabiot to leave. Wants him to show for. Plays it into Rabiot. Earns a foul. This is a free kick in a good spot. So Locatelli and Rabiot kind of getting into it with one another there. Locatelli said, don't take off. Still show. And he's kind of right. I mean, you're just taking a defender into the area that should be occupied by our forwards. So you need to kind of come back and work 1-2s. Like the midfield, our midfield doesn't connect together as most midfields do. It feels like a lot of our passes are never the midfield hooking up with one another. Forza Juve saying that when Gatti has become more experienced, he will be one of the top 3 defenders in Serie A. A lot of people don't feel that way. I personally like Federico Gatti, and I know there's been quite a few mistakes, but I think it's just part of the process and polishing up. But I think there's definite upside to his game. I think he's got all the tools. It's just going to be up here for him to make the big jump. Chiesa standing over this one, so is Kostic. This is a dead ball in a good spot. This is going to be the last piece of business for this half. See if we can latch on to this one. Take a 1-goal lead into the half would be beauty. We've had the 2 big chances of this one, both at the foot of Vlahovic. Got to latch on to this one. Maresca throwing down the shaving cream. Come on. Chiesa backs off. Kostic lining up. And Chiesa will take. Let's go into the back post. Bremer heads it back into the mixer. Cleared out. And now headed out. So another foul there. This time on Gatti from Zapata. A yellow card now being dished out for dissent. And that's going to Voivoda. Juric not happy. I don't know. That's a clear foul. I mean, he's shoving him into the boards for nothing. Is he calling a throw-in or a free kick? If you're calling that a foul. Yeah, he's calling a throw-in. See if Gatti can get it into the mixer here. We're at close to 50 minutes now because of the extra stoppage here. Dropped in for Cambiaso. Trying to turn his man. Oh, throw-in. Tried to get a corner kick to give us another set piece there. And there you go. We got time. We got halftime, all right? Oh, I'd like to see a little sense of urgency there when we're playing there. You could maybe get that throw-in into the mixer. Gatti could take a long one. We're just happy to see this one out. I don't know. But, you know, let's see. Let's see what we got going on here. As far as statistics go, 52% possession for Juventus, 48 for Torino. 2 total shots for Torino. You had 4 for Juventus, 1 of them on target. 2 big chances created for Juventus, both missed. 1 off the woodwork early on from a great cross in from Chiesa, right at the foot of Vlahovic. Can't get it right, slices it just a bit too much, and then goes and hits the post. Hey, much appreciated, Andrew. You would take care, all right? And Forza Juve. Then you've got the other one where Vlahovic had time to settle. This was off a cross. Good work in from Gatti. And McKennie just couldn't get ahead to it. Falls for Vlahovic. Had enough time to touch it. He does. Slots it. But Vanja Milinkovic-Savic just enough. That one's pretty rough to go at Vlahovic. I think he did everything right. He settled it. Put it beyond, but it just enough of a touch to direct that thing away from goal. I think he's really hard done by on that second one. The first one absolutely has to be piped into the back of the net. No ifs, ands, or buts about it, all right? But there you go. It's 0-0. Overall, how do we feel about what Juve's doing? I don't feel bad about this game and what's going on. It feels like it's still a little bit too slow. Is it just me, or did I feel like we had a good amount of energy at the start and it kind of faded and it kind of became slower and slower and slower as that half went on? Tempo, in terms of the rhythm of how we play and everything, the tempo is always not consistent enough. And it seems like there's very few minutes through matches where we actually play with a solid tempo that creates issues for the other team. Otherwise, we get into these lulls, I'll call them, where guys collect the ball and they just have no options to go with it. Nobody's really moving. It's really slow, low energy. That's how it feels to me. And it feels like that just overall in general a lot of the time with Juventus. I feel like our tempo is maybe good for like 8 to 10 minutes of most matches. And in games like this, when it's going to be tight, chippy, and physical, that tempo is crucial. Because if you're going to play a team that's going to focus on your main strength in terms of creation and where you want to work the ball through, the tempo becomes critical. And you got to be moving in. The energy's got to be right. Otherwise, it's too easy for them to stop us the majority of the time. And we are going to have to get guys moving. Cambiaso really just almost next to invisible other than a few situations, and he had to move away from that byline to do that. Him and McKennie switching off is something that's going to have to happen quite a bit, in my opinion, going into the second half, because you want to get Cambiaso on the ball more with his vision and playmaking and stuff. We want to get him on the ball more. So I would look at switching out and getting McKennie more to the outside occasionally and Cambiaso in, just mixing that up a bit more. For Kostic, same thing. You can't get on the ball and just stand there. Something has to happen. He's got to look to do a little bit more. Cut inside. Give guys a little bit more time to get free and move or whatnot, but it's a little bit slow. I'd say a lot of our guys aren't on their toes and as aware as they should be. And I don't know if that's just because of how our play normally is and these guys just knowing that the balls aren't going to come because not a lot of guys pull the trigger and take enough chances, but it's got to change and it's going to be something we strive for. It feels very slow. So what are you saying? Yes, pretty slow. Energy and intensity fizzled out as the half went on. Lucas, a couple of good passing plays, but as always, we dwindle near the end of the half. Matteo coming in here. The team has zero chemistry, and I think Allegri has to take the blame for that. Tomas, Rabiot's like one of those kids who's terrible in the game, but he's the biggest kid and bully in class, so everyone has to pass to him. You know what? Again, going back to the energy, the physicality, we were getting good moments and opportunities from the pressure and winning that ball back. That has to do with tempo too. As soon as that fades and we take away the aggression at winning the ball, and that's why I said the mid was going to be key, winning those battles, because that's when we're at our best. If you win the ball back every time and you wait to do it in your own half, yeah, it's going to be hard for you to generate and create, especially when you're playing a team that's as hard-nosed as Torino. Winning the ball further up the pitch has to happen. The earliest part in this half, that's what we did to get our best moments offensively, was winning the ball back early, higher up the pitch. We have to do that in the second half. No questions asked, all right? Skippy saying put McKennie right back, move Cambiaso for Kostic, and bring on Alcaraz. That is not a bad shout. That is not a bad shout whatsoever. We could use, that's one way to get a little bit more spice there out of the middle. The other thing too is Torino's clamping down a lot. And if you're going to move McKennie out to that side, you're not going to get him in the area for those headers. He almost latched onto one too. So it's a bit of a tough call there, but it's not a bad shout whatsoever. I'd maybe think about this 60th minute. See how that opening minute, the opening to the second half goes, but the tempo's got to be picked up and the aggression. Win the ball back quicker, and then let's look at that potential change. Take off Kostic, bring on Yildiz, play a 3-4-2-1. Cambiaso as your left wing back. McKennie that is a good shout as well, Sweaty. That is not a bad shout as well. Yildiz, how he likes to stay centrally, could be critical in a game like this where we really need to be stronger in creation out of the heart there. That's not a bad shout at all. I actually like that. It's a tough call, though, to say out of those two ones which I would prefer. But let's see. Gianluca missed the first half. What's the biggest takeaway? Well, big chances missed. Again, two. Both at the feet of Dusan Vlahovic. One going off the woodwork on a tap-in. And the second one, Vanja Milivojevic-Savic just getting enough to see this one go out the other end. That's the biggest takeaway. Juve should probably be up at least 1-0 in this game, despite very few overall chances created. As you look at the shots, 4 total attempts for Juventus, 2 for Torino, but definitely enough there for Juventus to be 1-0 up. Okay? Wando saying, since it's 0-0, we won't see full park the bus second half, thankfully. We need to move McKennie to right wing back and bring Yildiz or Alcaraz. Yeah, it could. The midfield's going to be the tail of the game, and I felt that way going into this one. It's got to be a battle we win. We're doing well in terms of the battling, but in terms of our creation out of there, it needs a little bit more of a tweak to the offensive side. I would leave Kostic on, despite frustrations there, just because overall he's nullified Bellanova, which is huge on its own accord. So let's leave him out there. Cambiaso, we got to leave on. If we're going to make a change, you don't want to see McKennie or Rabiot go. So here's the thing. You're going to have to sacrifice Kostic. He would be the one that ends up costing, but he's doing a good job on Bellanova, which is big. That's why I say I'd probably just wait a little bit before we get into making any changes, okay? Let's just wait a little bit more and see what happens. I think if we focus on the aggression a little bit more, we'll get back to how we started that half and maybe find one. So I'd give it to 60 minutes. 60 minutes before we make any type of changes. I wouldn't change immediately going into the second half. But those are all good shouts you all have. Reminder, everybody that's in here for this one, please drop a like on the video. Let's go. Big, massive shout out to our members, all right? And a reminder to everybody who was gifted membership from Rick Owsey, reach out to us on all of our social platforms, okay? Because you are qualified from being a member, and you have to be on a desktop to become a member. You have to, you qualify for the private chat, okay? And reminder to everybody, immediately after this game, we have the post-match call-in show, okay? There's where you get me on WhatsApp. Simply shoot me a text, okay? Don't call me. Just shoot me a text and let me know whether you want to join the post-match call-in as a caller or video link, okay? Reach out to me. That is going to be immediately after this game. We're going to go to that post-match call-in. I'll leave that number up there for a bit for you guys to take a look and join up. Had a couple already reach out that are going to want to be in there. Good stuff. Good stuff. We had RB Comp saying he was probably going to join. Fantastic. I hope so. Reno's going to be joining me. No voice clips, Reno. Reno knows I hate voice clips. Jesus. Don't be lazy. Text. Don't be lazy. Waid saying, let's hope we play a good second half. Otherwise, it's going to be a 0-0 draw. Apex throwing down the flags. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, the predictions had a lot of 1-0 victories out there. 1-goal games. We had James Lapierre dropping a 3-0. And I said that was very, very hopeful and positive, and I loved it. I loved it. But this thing had a tight one written all over it. I'm standing firm on my prediction of 1-0. And still hoping for a McKennie goal. Does anybody want to retract their previous prediction? Let me know what your previous prediction was. Let me know what you think is going to happen now. We're looking at Miretti warming up, amongst others, obviously. Rugani, Illing Jr., Yildiz, Alcaraz there. Like to see Alcaraz get into this game. I think he adds something that we've been lacking. I'd probably do it. Siraj 1-0. Michael Raza, my prediction is still good. Luca saying I was saying 2-1, but I think it'll be 1-0 or 2-0 now. Tungsty standing firm on the 3-0. Vlahovic brace and Gatti. Vlahovic should be on a brace, my friend. I have many burner accounts on social media, therefore my many predictions, so I'm never wrong. Unbelievable. How do I keep jerseys in such good condition? Keep them away from my kids. Step number 1. I don't know. They're just in the closet, and that's it. I don't wrap them in plastic or anything. I've seen people do that. But definitely keep them away from the kids is rule number 1. But I don't do anything crazy for keeping them in good condition. When it comes to washing, I am very, very particular about the washing of the kits. So it's always actually hand washed. I don't throw kits in machines. I don't do it. Don't do it. If you were going to throw it in a machine, delicate, cold, inside out, the only way to do it. The only way to do it. And do not throw them in dryers, for the love of God. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, it helps too when there's a bunch and you could rotate, keep them fresh. We actually have a cool members only show coming up, and Sev, our friend Sev, has challenged Alberto to a kit battle. I'm actually looking forward to that. I've never done one. Whatever, it's gonna be fun. But we're gonna have Tony Trim also as the official. He's gonna nullify 3 kits that we simply cannot use. And my understanding is what he wants to do is one of us pulls out a kit, the other has to beat it with a kit of their own from their collection. So a little bit of strategy there on getting your points. Do you want to use the bangers right away or try and beat a kit with something that you think is nicer? It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to that, actually. So that's something we're going to hopefully tee up tomorrow evening and should be out early next week for our members only. And again, if you are a member, you have control of members only shows. You reach out and we can do a show where you are the actual host and you run it. We can do whatever you want and talk about whatever you want. So again, that's one of the perks that you guys are entitled to. Ask me any questions, whatever you want. Talk about old Juve, talk about current Juve, talk about fantasy football, whatever. We have a lot of fun. Also saying I have a couple autographed Juve kits. Let me hear. Who are they signed by and which kits? Would love to hear that. Oh, the retro icon kit. I literally saw it like a month ago available, but hit me on our socials or my WhatsApp that's on the screen there and I'll hook you up, okay? I'll try and find it later on today and I'll hook you up with the link, okay? Guys, last call for the WhatsApp number to reach me. Post-match call-in show immediately following this one, okay? Do not forget. Getting ready for the second half here, everybody. Got to get the victory here. Let's go. Maleska, waiting for the thumbs up from everybody. Get her going. Come on. Did you leave your whistle in the can? Let's go. And there we go. Second half underway. Fino alla fine. Forza Juventus. Bellanova heads this one clear. Long ball forward from Locatelli. Slip there from Sanabria. Danilo can collect. Calmly now. Over to Locatelli. He's going to pop this one over Zapata. Over to the right for Gatti. Gatti settles it. Back inside for Locatelli. Tried a quick one to Vlahovic, but he was cut off by Buongiorno. It's been a tough battle for Dusan there. Ricci being watched by Locatelli. Up to Bellanova, closed down by Kostic. Rabiot now applying a little pressure to Ricci. Has Linetti now. He has Rodriguez to his left. Voivoda beyond him. Chooses Rodriguez. Here's a cross coming in. Attacked. Kostic settles it. I was waiting for the call here. Jesus, Zapata ends up putting it on the net, and their Juve players looking at it like, blow your whistle. Yeah, shove in the back there from Bellanova. Clip on the back leg too. Falls for Zapata. Zapata ends up putting it in, but no goal. And Kostic playing with fire there, for Christ's sake. Sketchy business. Sketchy business. Launch forward here. Chiesa chasing, but too far beyond. Easily in the hands of Vanja. Milinkovic. Savic. Man, for the FIFA players, I'm still thinking about that Vanja Milinkovic Savic out of position card there from last season's. Holy Christ, was that card a monster. That card was disgusting. Guy was a beast. All right. Milinkovic Savic set to go long. Route 1 again. Looking Zapata's way. Bremer trying to give him the business. Chested down, but Gatti comes in and clears this one out. Chiesa working with Tamez there. Trying to get his position. Tamez heads it down for Ricci. Rabiot applying pressure there. Let's go. What did I talk about in the second half? Aggression of winning the ball back. Has to happen quicker. Milinkovic Savic now bombing it again. Look at Sanabria's way. Danilo heads it down. Kostic throws a foot in there. Can't win it. Foul's going to actually be called on Bellanova. Let's go. Ramp up the aggression again. Ramp up the tempo. Come on. Locatelli to Szczesny. Szczesny in for Cambiaso. Cambiaso plays it out to Locatelli. Locatelli launching it forward. Chiesa tries to settle. Does for Rabiot, but Bellanova clips that away. It's going to be a throw into Juventus. Just having a tough time for them to get any type of fluidity, but it wasn't expected to be that way. Dan making it in. Ciao. Ciao, my friend. Great to see you in here. Throw in from Danilo to Cambiaso, who's come in centrally. Slotting it out now to the right for Gatti. Gatti, tries this one to play it ahead for McKennie, who did have space there, but he gets it all wrong. The warm-ups continue beyond the half for Alcaraz, Illing Jr., just to name a few. We will see if Max pulls any strings here soon. 49 minutes. Voivoda here on it. Voivoda in on the throw into Zapata. Locatelli wins it, and then Rabiot gets a foul going in hard on Ricci there. Oh, he gives it to Vlahovic, excuse me. Vlahovic with the foul on Ricci there. Vlasic on it for Torino. Finding Voivoda. Back to Rodriguez. Quickly closed down by McKennie and forced to go back all the way to Buongiorno. Buongiorno. Over to Tamez. Now to Bellanova. Has Ricci inside. Plays it to him. Now they swing it out. Torino to Rodriguez. Does have space getting up there on the left side. Here's a cross. Going to the back post. Ooh. Missed header from Danilo. Bellanova and Sanabria can't direct it to goal. Kostic goes out. Cleans it up. And talk to the assistant. They're lobbying for... Look at how aggressive they're getting. Where's the cards on these guys for dissent? Take it easy. It's not even that bad. Like, it's not to the point where they're... Okay, he got his studs up there a bit. It's not a red by any means to that reaction. Holy Christ. What are we talking about here? That is so far from, like, dangerous play whatsoever. You know, relax, you guys. Didn't even call a free kick, for Christ's sake. These guys are looking for red. It's a throw-in. Jesus. Bellanova. Launching this one to Zapata. Heads it. Goes to the top of the area. Slashed at twice. And Cambiasso shields this one out. It's going to be goal kick. Oh, they gave corner. This is going to be an in-swinger. Voivoda set to take it. Got to be aware here, you guys. Got to be aware here. Here comes a cross in. Voivoda headed out by Rabiot. All the way back to Rodriguez. He's going to head this one over to Bellanova. But he's being pressed as well, so he's got to go all the way back to Vanja Milinkovic-Savic. Juve regroups positionally. Long ball forward. Headed on into the path of Tamez. But that's cleaned up by Locatelli. Chiesa a little touch forward, but just too far for Vlahovic as they still can't link up. It's too scarce. It's too scarce up top. Just a moment here and there for them to try and connect with one another. Again, pick up the aggression. McKennie moves forward. Chiesa right next to him. Cambiasso now watching Voivoda. Ramp up the pressure. Let's go, you guys. Got to win the ball back further up the pitch. Ricci has come back to collect. He's carrying it forward through the midfield. Over to Tamez on the right. Has Bellanova up that byline. Inside to Zapata, but Bremer cleans that up. Vlahovic can't win this battle. And Torino able to maintain possession and keep us somewhat pinned. Linetti on it now. Inside for Sanabria, trying to play it through to Zapata, and Bremer was all over that. Vlahovic settles it. Now Rabiot. I don't know where you're looking or taking it, man. You have no options there. Look elsewhere. Locatelli on it now. The amount of time it takes us to figure out where you need to be to support your teammates is shocking to me. Make the move. And Locatelli had an opportunity to try a ball over the top there on Chiesa, who made a run. He doesn't even attempt it. Fuck my life. You're a midfielder. Distribute that ball. And Gatti comes in with, I don't even know what the fuck that is. Oh my goodness, you guys. Oh my goodness. Cambiasso. Tried to force there to the right. It falls. Here's McKennie on it. Tried to find Chiesa in space, but the lanes got taken away. Now Vlahovic finds himself on the right, working against Rodriguez. Oh, tries to force one. Gets blocked, but Bremer shuts it down. Back in our possession. Cambiasso on it now. Look at this. Nobody is moving for Juventus. This is just abysmal. Get your legs going, you guys. McKennie's on it now. Out on the far right. And just a lazy chip ball forward for Vlahovic battling on Buongiorno. You're not going to get far like that. Danilo heads it back into the mix. Ricci doing battle with Gatti. Comes away with the ball. Rabiot watching him. Plays it off for Sanabria. Bellanova pushes forward now. Kostic watching him. Here's a cross, and it goes all the way out the other side. Too far for any of his targets. It's going to be a Juventus goal kick. Szczesny picks up the ball. Dan asking, would Luis Enrique suit someone like Juventus? I would love, actually, to see him coach. And would it suit? It depends on once we find out what Giuntoli's vision actually is. That's what we have to wait to see. Does it fit us historically? No. But could it suit us now? Oh, tried a long ball forward for Chiesa. Couldn't make it to him. Vlahovic comes in, cleans it up, collects. Locatelli now on it. Moving forward. Plays it forward for Chiesa. We got an overlap from Rabiot. Chiesa feints. Going to the right. Finding a touch inside. Oh, little 1-2. And Vlahovic has a hit. Or excuse me, Chiesa has a hit, but it's blocked by Danilo. That's a little bit better. Got to get Chiesa on the ball. The way he's playing today, got to get Chiesa on the ball. And to be honest, you got to start thinking about getting Yildiz and Chiesa to play together. And this could be the game to do it. This could be the game to do it. This could be the game to do it. Gatti and Bremer with a few exchanges here. Now to Rabiot. Over to Locatelli, who's drifted all the way to the left. Plays it forward for Danilo. Makes a move forward. Settles it. Looking for options. Being pushed back by Sanabria. Into Rabiot. Oh my God. Switch the field, man. Had Gatti and Akers. I don't know what you're scared of making that pass for, Adrian. Let's go. Locatelli, inside to Locatelli. Chiesa in front. Oh, Cambiasso just couldn't get that step on Voivoda. That's a much better play. Couple of quick 1-2s and Cambiasso running off into the space. Here's a long ball forward for Bellanova. He's going to keep this one in. Kostic watching him. Here's the cross. Going back post. Gatti gets just enough of it. McKennie can't keep it in on the other side, or does he? No, it's gone out. It's going to be throwing to Torino. Starting to open up a little bit, but it's not going to open up a ton this game. And that's why I feel you're going to have to introduce something that gives you a little bit more of a push offensively if you're Juventus. Look like Linetti's seen that one go out the other side. Nothing doing. Play goes on. Clearance there from Kostic, but only as far as Temez, who collects. Now over to Bellanova. Very, very slow snail's pace to this one now all of a sudden on the restart. Voivoda has Rodriguez to his left. Turns inside for Ricci. Carries it forward. Ricci's going to have a hit. That's blocked by Bremer. It's going to go out for a corner kick. Yeah, we got to get Yildiz on the pitch somehow. Oh, headed out there. Contesting with this corner kick. Bellanova. Keeps it in on the right side now. Working against Kostic. Out to his left foot. Stops it. Sends it for Ricci. Here's a left-footed strike from Ricci, and that's blocked. Bellanova. He's going to tee up a cross. Here it comes in. And it's headed by Sanabria. Big stop by Tech. McKennie. And we got a foul called here. No, Dan, I haven't seen Berna play live. I don't live over in Toronto. Headed there by Sanabria, very close to Tech. Tech parries it away into McKennie's path. Guys, 60 minutes. I said 60 minutes is around where I'd start looking at a change. Are we ready for one? The issue for me right now is I don't want to sacrifice Rabiot or McKennie to get Yildiz in. So you might have to move McKennie as a right wing back, Cambiasso on the left, and take Kostic to add Yildiz and move to like a 3-4-2-1. But I kind of want to see Alcaraz enter this game. Might be at the point where we sacrifice, I'd probably sacrifice Rabiot. Played forward, Vlahovic battling Buongiorno. Does well there, McKennie. Finds Gatti's path. Tries to play it in for Vlahovic. He settles it. Working on Buongiorno. Has a hit. But right at Vanja Milinkovic-Savic. Vanja Milinkovic-Savic reading that one the whole way through. Oh, right at him. Oof. I've heard the rumors about Frank Lampard in Canada, but I don't know how much weight is actually on that. Oh, Cambiasso freezes up Sanabria to carry out of his area, excuse me. Got no water with me today. Gatti, forward. Through the back, that's going to be a foul. Vlahovic and Buongiorno has been a hell of a battle today. Keep battling through, Dusan. Keep battling through. 62 minutes, 23 seconds. You guys want the stat line? 52% possession still for Juventus. 8 total attempts for Torino. 6 total attempts for Juventus. 2 on target for Juve. 1 on target for Torino. Big chances. Still only 2 in this game coming from Vlahovic. Yildiz and Illing Jr. set to come into this game. I tell you, man, if he's taken off Chiesa, which it looks like is what he's going to end up doing, I don't agree with that. Chiesa's been easily the most dangerous on the pitch. We just haven't got him on the ball enough. I don't like that. This is a game for me that's screaming to try and get Yildiz and Chiesa out there at the same time. Always through the back, you're going to get called. Vlahovic called on going through the back on Linetti there. Chiesa's going to go. This is Max. Guess who's coming out? Yildiz on for Chiesa, off. Illing Jr. on for Kostic. I really, really hope it works out for us, you guys, but I'd like to see him stick. I'd like to see him stick with Chiesa and get Yildiz out there. Oh, my God. Yeah, I want to see what Chiesa's touches were in this game because it feels like nowhere near enough. 27 total touches. That's it? Fuck, that is nowhere near enough, man. When you're playing like that, that's a problem. This one's up forward and Danilo has to come clean it up on a lob ball forward into our area. Looking Vlasic's way. Voivoda. Voivoda. Cross comes in. Ooh, hits the gut of Gatti. Cambiasso collects now, plays it for Yildiz. Yildiz now a header forward. McKennie and Rabiot leading the charge. Played forward up ahead for Rabiot, but too far, and Banja Milinkovic-Savic is going to cut that one out. Wouldn't that have been something? A counter-attack from a corner led by McKennie and Rabiot. That would have been something. 65 minutes, 36 seconds. Torino starting to up their possession count. As far as more aggression from Juventus, it hasn't been the case. And now they're finding space. Here's Vlasic. Going to tee up a shot. Blocked and then handball there. Nothing doing. Play on. Rodriguez comes in. Here's a cross going back post and well defended by Gatti. Yildiz doing battle here. Rabiot now trying to clear it out. Cambiasso doing battle. Gets a touch there. Goes inside. Bremer steps in. Cleans this up. Let's go, you guys. Find your space. Everyone running away. Nobody trying to collect that off Bremer there. Illing Jr.'s on it now. And he's going to be watched by Bellanova. That's going to be a very important watch there in that matchup. Bremer is down. And it's shut down. Holy Christ. Danilo now plays it in for Rabiot. His play commences. Rabiot trying to go over the top for Yildiz, headed down by Tamez. And now you have Bellanova hitting it out. Oh, Vlahovic tried to lead Rabiot, but it's too far. Play back to Vanja, and he's going to clear it out. It's going to be a throw-in to Juventus. They're overthinking it, man. You're in a position like that, I would be fine with Vlahovic having a hit. Trying to get too cute. How can you get too cute when you barely contested the back line there? Cambiasso on it now for Juventus. It's going to go across to the left side for Bremer. Locatelli is dropped to his right, but he goes to Danilo. Inside for Rabiot. Ooh, awful pass there from Rabiot trying to find Illing Jr. Missed it by a mile, but Bellanova got the clearance wrong. Throw in to Juventus. Closing in on the 68th minute, everybody. 0-0. Rabiot. Back to Bremer. Over to Locatelli. Locatelli up ahead for Cambiasso. Cambiasso carries it forward. Now over to McKennie. Inside to Danilo. Ooh, misses Yildiz at the back post. It's going to go all the way out the other side for a throw-in. Tamez set to take it for Torino. Oh my God. Well, you're going to have to make a decision in this game of one of McKennie or Rabiot, I think, since you've pulled Chiesa to... You got to find a way to get Alcaraz in there, I think. You need a little bit more of a push to the offensive side. Danilo heading this one down. Oh, God, that's a bad pass forward from Locatelli, trying to find Cambiasso. Vlasic now, finding Voivoda, back to Vlasic. And then a foul on Cambiasso. He's going to get a yellow. Man. Yeah, we need an influence coming from the midfield here. These guys are they're lacking there, and like I said earlier on, there was Chiesa made a run and Locatelli's on the ball. He's looking upfield, doesn't even pull the trigger. It's just so annoying. at this point. So safe. Man, Voivoda looks like he looks like Sideshow Bob. Anybody else getting that? Looks like Sideshow Bob to me. Ricci with a hit, and that's blocked again. Vlasic saves it over to Rodriguez. Here's a cross coming in, and Bremer tries to clear it. Gets it wrong. It's going to stop over there on the end line. Voivoda's going to watch it. Cambiasso does everything to try and save it, but it's going to be a corner kick to Torino. Bless his heart, man. Cambiasso's doing a shit ton of work today. Reminder, everybody, we are 20 minutes from the end of this match. There is going to be a post-match show, a call-in show. There is my number on WhatsApp. Simply send me a text if you want to jump in and join. We're going to tackle everything in the aftermath. Sorry, I'll leave it up a little bit longer. Shoot me a message if you want to join in. Cross in, and that's headed out by Danilo this time, and a foul being called. So Juve will be able to regroup here. Man, we got to really ramp things up here. It's getting dire here. 71 minutes. Like, let's ramp it up here and push for this victory. Rabiot's lost it to Linetti. They're challenging there from Locatelli, and a foul on Luca. This one's in a decent spot. Pretty far for a hit. Would have to be something special. But can definitely get a good service in from there. Quick touch from Rodriguez to Linetti, crossed in, back post, and Illing Jr. heads it out. Bellanova's going to keep this one in, play it back to Ricci. Ricci now forward for Tamez. Cross in, goes to the back post, and that's laced by Voivoda, but right at Tech, and he swallows that thing up. Rabiot on it now. Up the left flank for Juventus. Back to Locatelli. Torino has dropped off completely. Locatelli can carry this one all the way up to the half line. Sends it over for Gatti to the right now. Drops it off for Cambiasso. I see a huge space in the middle of the pitch there with nobody in it. Absolutely nobody getting there. Sent this one forward looking for Vlahovic. Settles it. Man, you're on Rodriguez. Turn and take him on. Back to Yildiz, inside for Danilo. Tries to find Vlahovic in there, and that's forced out. It's corner kick. That's much better play from Juventus. In the end, did they call a foul on Dusan? Yeah, late clip there from Vlahovic. Come on. Sideshow Voivoda. Love it. Sideshow Voivoda. He looks like Sideshow Bob, man. Look at this guy. Okay, going to take the WhatsApp number to reach me for the post-match call-in show down, everybody. Moise Keane coming in to this game. Oh, Bellanova does Illing Jr. in there. Cross going in. Gatti gets to it. McKennie now. Ooh, gets a touch in. That's got to be a foul, but they're playing advantage. Rabiot now driving forward. We've got the numbers by 1 here. Locatelli's even involved. Got Yildiz over to the right. He's on Tamez. Cuts into the right. Has a hit. Forces a save from some... Milinkovic-Savic. Nobody can get to the rebound. That's better. Come on, push forward. We've got Torino all the way back now. Bellanova's down, asking for Juve to play this one out, and we do. Fuck. Yildiz cutting inside. That's a low, hard dipping shot. Forces a good save. Forces a really good save there from Milinkovic-Savic. Man, if he puts that, if he gets air on that and puts it upper half there, probably looking at a goal. And then that'd be worthy of the number 10. That would be the Ala del Piero. Who knows the date? Who can tell me the date that the Ala del Piero came to life? I'm going to have a little trivia question here. The date of the Ala del Piero. Who can tell me that? Substitute here. Okereke for Sanabria. Who can tell me the date the Ala del Piero came to life? Keane coming in for Vlahovic and Alexandro Fergati. Alexandro Fergati. Everybody, let us pray. Let us pray for no errors. Oh, Vlahovic is going to be pissed he didn't finish that one early on in the game. To be honest, we would have parked it 100%. And might have still been in a situation where we're a little angry. Buongiorno and McKennie going at it there. Buongiorno getting the better of it. Coming out with a Torino throw. Solid defender, Buongiorno. It's got to be said. Solid defender. Bremer heads this one forward. Keane gets beat to it by Buongiorno. Rabiot inside to Illing Jr. into Yildiz. Yildiz working on Tamez there. Inside to Locatelli. Holy Christ, he just eats it too long. Over to Yildiz. Up ahead for Rabiot. Cross coming in. Headed out by Rodriguez. Danilo. Over to Cambiaso. Here's a left-footed cross going to the back. Savic comes out, and there is going to be a foul there. No foul. Play on. Yildiz. Over to Cambiaso. Cambiaso. Headed down. Danilo. Fucking hell. Oh. Actually, good call there, non-call there from Maresca there as Vanja Milinkovic-Savic jumped into his own man, Buongiorno, there when he went down. It's just unfortunate we can't take advantage of that. Ten minutes left, everybody. 80-minute mark. Vanja Milinkovic-Savic. Bremer heads that one. Bremer does battle again. This is in the path here, and Tech has to come out with Zapata battling with Bremer, trying to get to that loose ball. Played forward. McKennie trying to win this battle. Just can't get to it. Now he gets spun. Vlasic on it. Looking for some options. Doesn't have any. Drops it back to Rodriguez. And they've slowed things down, Torino has, but still in possession now. Ricci. Over to Tamez. To Bellanova. Okereke was making a run, but Bellanova decided against trying to thread the needle there. Buongiorno over to Ricci now. On the left for Torino. Over to Rodriguez. He's going to tee up across. Fires one in there. Okereke settles it. Tries to take a left-footed swipe at it. Can't direct it towards goal. Ball's bouncing around there. Danilo swallows it up, but his touch is too far, and Torino recovers. Rodriguez now on it. On the left side. Plays it over for Ricci. Scanning. Over to the right side for Tamez. Inside, and that's swallowed up again. Sandro now trying to play it up for Keane. Nothing doing. Bellanova. Drops it back. Ricci. Has Rodriguez to his left. Plays it over to him. Now you have Lazaro. Right-footed cross. Inside. Just played out by Locatelli. Keane gives chase there, but Buongiorno comes in. He has it out. It's going to be a throw-in for Juventus. Danilo. Sandro. Tailing Jr. Sandro to Rabiot. Rabiot drifting across the top of the area. Now switching it over to the left side for Alexandro. Plays it forward for Yildiz. Yildiz a little pop up top. McKennie tried to back heel this one forward. It's cut off. Now Vlasic finds himself on it. McKennie running over to guard there. Stepped in by Danilo. Oh my God, man. Would you just settle the fuck down? Forcing it. Now Zapata taking on Locatelli. Locatelli closes down. You have an overlap from Lazaro. Now Zapata has no idea what he's going to do here. Waiting for support. Drops it to Rodriguez, who's going to try to take a lob cross in there. It's headed beyond. Tamez looking to keep it in on the goal line, and here it is, and he can't keep it in play. It's going to be a goal kick for Juventus. Or did Yildiz get a touch on that? Deflection off Yildiz? If the camera pans out, it looks like it's going to be a corner kick for Torino. It is. 84th minute, everybody. You guys are all mentioning it, but that's one of the things with the commentated games is you get guys that have like seemingly no understanding of where the team's at, what they've gone through, where they're like, there's such a disconnect in the commentary, I find. There are certain ones that are really good, but for the most part, I feel like they're just so disconnected from everything, team styles, how they play, the stories around their clubs. Looks like we're heading for a goalless draw, everybody. Looks like it's heading that way. Messina's going to come in for Bellanova. It's a good player. I like Bellanova. Corner kick to contest for Juventus. Rodriguez has it in. It's an in-swinger. Tech comes out. Oh, he eats a foul there. Luckily, Okiriki makes a mess of the rebound. But there's a foul there as Tech is clenching his face here. Oh, yeah. Looks like he gets an elbow on the follow-through there. And it's the new man, Messina. Oh, yeah. Dire second half again, everybody. Didn't get the aggression we were hoping for. Didn't get this push. And we got a red card. Looks like it's going to the bench. Juric has been sent off. I mean, this guy gets into arguments with his staff in the parking lot and gets into fisticuffs. I mean, shouldn't be surprised by this. Red card. Give me a late Derby della Mola victory winning goal. Just give me that, football gods. Can you give me that today? Give me that today. Please. It's time, everybody. Coco Melon. It's time. Coco Melon. Got Tech down, still waiting here. Players using this for a water break. You got Perin warming up just in case. Oh, yeah. Morata over Icardi every day. 5 times over on Sunday. Everybody, 53% possession in favor of Juventus. 12 total attempts for Torino, 8 for Juventus. 3 on target for Juve, 2 on target for Torino. Still, at this moment, 2 big chances created in this game, both falling to Juventus and Vlahovic. 8 total attempts. Shit, man. Shit. Oh, yeah, Tech was leaking. He was leaking pretty decent. Give me a Derby della Mola moment. Give me a winner from anybody. Absolutely anybody. I will take it. Okay? Come on, you guys. Oh, man. So, Torino maintaining pressure. Big press there from Juventus. Unable to win the ball back. We get 7 minutes of stoppage right now. Headed down from Sandro. Illing Jr. comes away with it. Plays it forward. Trying to hit Keane. He gets a touch onto it, but it's going to get cleaned up there by Rodriguez. As he bails out Buongiorno there, who might have lost that battle to Moise Keane. McKennie now has to step up on Messina. This is played up down the line there. And Linetti. Finding Vlasic. Finds Okereke. Lazzaro on the right side now. Taking on Sandro. Drops it off. Here's Vlasic. Over to the left for Linetti. Cross coming in. Going back post. And Sandro just shields off Lazzaro. Well done there by Alexandro. Launch forward, looking for Keane. Buongiorno sticks the boot out and gets her. Jesus Christ. Playing basketball here. Foul on Linetti, though. Bails out Rabiot. Danilo now. Over to the right for Cambiaso. Back to Locatelli. Locatelli over to Danilo. Over to Bremer. To Danilo. Danilo trying to find Keane there. Jesus. He's kicking it into a friggin' trampoline here. Vlasic inside Zapata. Over to Ricci. To Messina. He's going to cross this one in and Bremer's going to head this one out. But over to the right side for Lazzaro. Now played forward. Okereke to Tamez. Tamez inside Vlasic. Sandro plays it back to Bremer. It's going to be cleared out. This is going to be a Torino throw. We're at 93 minutes. 4 more minutes of added time. It's 0-0. It's been a brutal second half to spectate. Lucci. Over to Tamez. Buongiorno. Rodriguez. Up ahead for Messina. Rodriguez now. Launches it forward Zapata. Trying to turn on Danilo. Cuts inside centrally. Now back to the outside for Messina. Messina plays it deep here. He's got Linetti making the run in. Being watched by Bremer. Here's a cross going to the back post. It's headed just over Tech's target. That's a close one from Lazzaro. Oh my goodness, you guys. Oh my goodness. Just like that. Just like that. Alcaraz comes in with 2.5 fucking minutes in this game. Alcaraz comes in for Cambiaso. Keane again. Can't settle the ball down. Bouncing everywhere. Lazzaro's forced to go all the way back to Vanja Malinkovic-Savic. 2.5 minutes left in this one. He's going route one. Oh, Bremer tripped up here. And there is going to be a foul there. Okediki's not happy, but clipped his legs running by him, man. Give it up. Not only did you clip the legs, you went through the back. Drab second half, you guys. Holy shit. Danilo. Over to Rabiot. Over to Ayling Jr. Yield is Alcaraz very close to one another. Locatelli swings it out to Bremer. Option on the outside is McKennie. Inside for Danilo. Yildiz wants this thing isolated way out on the right flank there. Ain't no chance any of our guys are confident enough to splash that out to you with your check being so close to you. Sandro, back to Locatelli. Inside for Danilo. Foul there on Vlasic. Danilo looks to play this quick. Out to Bremer. Up ahead for Rabiot. Up ahead for Alcaraz. Can he make something happen? Oh, trying to take Rodriguez on. Massina now comes in to help clean up. Don't foul through the back and let him off the hook, man. And a yellow card now distributed to Torino's Inter manager since Juric got sent off. So Matteo Parro getting a yellow card now. We got 20 seconds left in this game, and you could call it now. Buongiorno's on it. Up to Rodriguez. Allegri is fuming. I don't know what on earth you're possibly fuming about right now. Alcaraz on it again. Up to McKennie. Finds it inside for Rabiot. There is a little bit of space here. Oh, Rabiot clenching. Double pumping. Over to Ayling Jr. And nothing in the end. Absolutely nothing in the end. Rabiot thinking about 50 fucking things rather than just having a go. Unfucking believable. Unfucking believable, Rabiot. That's game, everybody. And honestly, thank God. Thank God. That's another just brutal showing. Not really chasing the win. Just scared to really get after it. Torino, much better in the second half than Juve. Juve getting 8 total attempts in this game. A lot of second guessing from their players and just this lack of confidence oozing out of this team, okay? The ratings, player ratings, performances, everything, we're going to tackle it now and move over to the post-match call-in show, everybody. Here is the number, okay? This is where you get me on WhatsApp. Just send me a text if you want to get involved. And when you text me, let me know if you want to call in or if you want to be linked in to the video, okay? But we are going to move over now to the post-match call-in show, okay? Again, you guys drop a like on your way out, and let's see you over there for the post-match, okay? And yes, the call-in show Apex is going to be on a new stream. You will see it there in the app, okay? We'll catch you all there immediately. Ciao tutti. Talk to you shortly.
Yeah.